And yes, very good afternoon. You're very welcome to Frahar Field for this eagerly awaited County Senior Ladies Football Final of 2020. It's Ballymacarbry bidding for 39 in a row. They're taking on Stradbally in this afternoon's decider. The first time in 7 years that the same two teams are not in the county final. I suppose we've become familiar with a Ballymacarbry and Cumber Rangers decider, but Stradbally upset the odds in the semi-final with a big victory over Cumber at 2-14 to 1-5. While Ballymacarbry, another hugely impressive campaign, they dethroned Abbeyside in impressive fashion, 5-12 to 1-7 in the last four played 2 weeks ago. So both sides have had a good build-up into this afternoon's decider, and we're really looking forward to this one. Ballymacarbry going for that remarkable and unprecedented 39th county title in a row, while Stradbally, it's the first time in 40 years that they've appeared in a county senior final, and a big day for the club. They were beaten earlier on in the Junior B final. I'm sure they're hoping to win the title this afternoon, but I'm sure Ballymacarbry will have a thing or two to say about that. And I'm delighted to be joined on commentary this afternoon by two stalwarts of the ladies football game, two people who know what it's all about. Marion Ryan on the Ballymacarbry side, multiple county champion with Ballymac, and Kieran Heffernan of Stradbally. So just we'll ask for your quick thoughts, lads, but we'll just pause a minute for our Rona Veen on County Senior Ladies Football Final Day here in Frahar Field. So the scene is set, perfect conditions for football, although that wind is picking up, which could be a factor. Marion, touching on it yourself, Ballymac going for that 39 in a row. They're entering this game as strong favourites. Yeah,
absolutely, Gavin. Look, I'm expecting a very tough battle here today. I think Stradbally are going to put everything they have on the table here, and they're going to really bring the fight to Ballymac. But I suppose, look, I'd be hoping that history would be repeating itself and that Ballymac would be victorious today and win their 39th, like you said, unprecedented county title in a row. But I do expect a very tough battle in great conditions here in Frahar Field today. Absolutely. Just before we take you through the teams, Kieran Heffernan on the Stradbally side, this team has been building over the last couple of years, and that semi-final win over Cumber Rangers, many people probably didn't see it coming, Kieran, but they're here on merit as well today. Oh yeah, and like you know, they've worked hard. This group worked very hard over the year, and the management group worked very hard with them. So devastated after the group game with Ballymac, well beaten, but I'd expect them to be more competitive here today now. Let's hope so indeed. So Ballymacarbry line out as follows: Lauren Fitzpatrick between the goal, the Tipperary inter-county goalie, of course, full backline of Tresa McGrath, Michelle McGrath and Maeve Ryan. Mairead Wall, Karen McGrath and Breed McMaw make up the half backline. Louise Ryan, August Laura Mulcahy, who captains the team, they team up at centre field. The joint captain then, Aileen Wall at wing forward, Michelle Ryan, vastly experienced player on the 40, and Kellyanne Hogan at number 12. And the inside line for Ballymac, Sinead Kenrick at 13, Eilish Cooney on the edge of the square, and Lauren Gyrey wears number 15. For the Reds then, Megan Foran, Sakul, the full backline, Rebecca Casey, Roisin Dunphy and Katrina O'Brien. Half backline is Laura Cusack, Niamh Power and Teo Behan. Aisling Malani and Mary Kate Kern team up at centre field. Ellen Boylan, Cara Malani and Hayley Phelan make up the half forward line. Into the team at number 16 comes Sheena Dunphy in place of Maggie Boylan. Nicola Fennell at the edge of the square, and then her sister Chloe alongside her. So as you mentioned there, Kieran, off air, Sheena Dunphy coming in place of Maggie Boylan, and Sheena will bring plenty of energy to that full forward line, no doubt. Oh yeah, Sheena'd be, a runner, plenty of pace. Now she'd be small, but she'd be different to Maggie, be more direct, physical player, but Maggie could well feature before to be over as well anyway, We'll await that one with interest. Straight over is Paddy Smith of Shamrocks. He's just making sure everything is in order. Michelle Ryan moves to midfield for the throw-in. The ball is in, the game is on. This 2020 decider is underway. Michelle knocks it down to Kellyanne Hogan. Into the action straight away. Fine young player going route one, looking for the full forward line inside. This one is going to be turned over there by Teo Behan. Had a great camogie final for St Anne's last week. She's concentrating on the football this afternoon. She's a good footballer as well. Prods this ball forward to the aforementioned Sheena Dunphy. Stradbally trying to hang on to this ball. They'll feel they want to build themselves into this game. They're going forward, crossing the 45-metre line, looking for runners inside. This one is well gathered. Ballymac are back there in numbers, but they managed to retain the all-important football. It's with Melanie in the centre of the field. That's Aisling.
Playing it back as far as Mary Kate Kern, the Medelago native. Stradbally are happy enough to retain this ball. Suspicion of steps there on Sheena Dunphy's part, but you can see straight away Mary and the way Ballymac are filtering back the bodies.
Yeah, there's the blanket defence there, I suppose, Gavin. That's what Ballymac do. We have the bodies back and then break very fast out of defence and go forward.
Chloe Fennell with a route one ball inside, but it's well read inside by Maeve Ryan, vastly experienced in the full back line. Paddy Smith has a hand up, playing the advantage, and it may well work out. And this is what Ballymac are so good at, breaking at pace. Maeve Ryan, plenty of green grass, as they say, in front of her, looking for the run of Michelle inside, attacking this ball well and reading the play well is Roisin Dunphy, but the hand pass lets her down, and onto it is the speed merchant Aileen Wall. Pace to burn Discar, going forward on the 45, now about to cross the 21. Think the referee may come back for a free here. He had the hand up, and it's going to go back to the original foul. Good refereeing there by Paddy Smith, but straight away I suppose you could see there, guys, when Aileen Wall, she has that burst of pace when she gets on the ball.
Yeah, well, I suppose the striking thing straight away is the physicality, the size, physical strength of the Ballymac girls compared to the Stradbally girls. And like, if Stradbally are going to have any hope, they have to stop that power game, fast football of Ballymac. And Michelle Ryan and Sinead Ryan, they have to be held.
And this one is taken quick.
Katrina O'Brien has won the first 2 balls that went into the Michelle, so she's getting the better deal of the exchanges anyway.
Yeah, that'll be a bit of a disappointment there, that free Marion there, because I know she's looking for the run of Michelle, but harmlessly out over the end line.
Yeah.
Couldn't maybe use the ball a bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a wasted opportunity there a little bit. But look, it's probably jittery at the start, Gavin. You know yourself, they'd all settle down into it as the time goes on.
Yeah, past the settling down stage at Ballymac, overturned this ball again. It's Kellyanne Hogan, offloads inside, chance of the opening goal, scores taken, shot is buried in the back of the net, goal for Ballymacarbry, and it's Eilish Cooney at the end of that move. Brilliant flowing move, gave Megan Ford absolutely no chance of the Stradbally goal. Spoke about breaking at pace, and Eilish, Marion, she's done it all before, of course. That was a cracking finish. Great goal.
Absolutely unbelievable. And you speak about strength. I think Eilish is one of the strongest players on the team, and she just powered through there. There was absolutely no stopping her. A great goal, a great finish.
Absolutely. Hayley Phelan tries to keep that ball in play, but again the wind just drifting Megan Foran's kick out, and Larry Power as he's flag up. This one is taken quickly by the Ballymacarbry midfielder. Joint captain Laura Mulcahy breaks inside. Could be a chance of another score here by Ballymac. Good defending by Dunphy, the full back there. And this is into the arms of Megan Foran, the goalkeeper. Megan is fouled there on her way out. Member, of course, of the inter-county team, and plays Camogie with St. Anne's. So part now, maybe Kieran Stradbally settle down, don't maybe concede a few more scores in these early exchanges.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they have to, and they're playing against the wind again, for the start, this first half. So, it's going to be even harder, but they have to hold out now as long as they can and just get settled in and maybe go up the field and try and get a score themselves.
That's Tresa McGrath, and again, up the field, it came from Stradbally, I suppose, conceding that kick out or giving away possession from Megan Foran, so a chance for Sinead Kenrick to open the scoring for Ballymacarbry. Kicks it straight and true, looks on target, over the bar. A goal and a point now for Ballymacarbry, and again something I suppose Marion Stradbally can't afford to do is to be conceding those kind of soft frees.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose, look, for a team like Stradbally who are coming in as underdogs, they need a good start, so they need to stem this Ballymac tide. But it has to be said, Gavin, there's a strong breeze there too in Ballymac's favour, so...
Yeah, just to note that as well, exactly, absolutely. The breeze is strong. Teo Bean tries to shrug off her marker there. Breed McMahon goes forward with the hand pass, leaves her down. Ball goes astray. Picked up by Ballymacarbry. That's their midfielder, Laura Mulcahy. Always gets on an amount of ground. Louise Ryan hanging onto that ball. Vastly experienced midfielder, as a lot of these Ballymac players are. The hunger and desire seems to be there every year. Michael Ryan and Mike Gyrey on the sideline, two great stalwarts of the ladies football game. Acres of space now for Tresa McGrath, who's on the 21 metre line. She's way up the field, still going forward, takes the kick. Is this another score for Ballymac? Gone to the wrong side of the post. She almost had too much time there, kind of rushed the kick, but it's kind of alarming there, Kieran, the room Ballymac are getting, and when they break at pace as well with that strong breeze, Stradbally going to have to tighten up there. Yeah,
definitely, and they're finding that space, like you said, and Stradbally players need to be, because if you give them half an inch like Ballymac, they always find that free player, so you just have to close up those, you can't leave those gaps inside your back line.
5 minutes gone, Ballymac 1-1, Stradbally yet to register. Ballymac again going forward, it's Maireadwall on that far over side of the field, sticking to her task is Roisin Dunphy, but again they seem to have a runner off the shoulder the whole time. This time it's Aileen Wall, the snapshot there by Aileen. She's claiming that she was being pulled back there as well, but she got the shot off. Stradbally will be happy enough with that. Good discipline there, drawing the kick, and went to the wrong side of the post, and a chance for Megan Foran now to reset things and launch this kick out. It's a high ball dropping on the 45 metre line on the bank side where the Stradbally management team are over on the far over side. Busy morning for them, of course. They were in the Junior B final earlier, beaten by a good St. Anne's side. Ballymac have possession again. Again, their backs, look how far they're getting forward. This time the hand pass is intercepted. And Aisling Mullaney breaks onto this ball. She's one of the key players on this Stradbally team. Referee says, go on, you have the ball, play on. Aisling crossing the centre of the field. They need to get the ball in, but again, trying to find the run of Fennell inside, but she's surrounded by a wall of blue jerseys, and Ballymac break away with that ball. Louise Ryan linking up with her full back, Michelle McGrath. Over to Sinead, the other Sinead on the far overside. Chloe Fennell seems to be coming way out from her corner forward possession, and the inter-county player who always covers an amount of ground wins that ball back for Stradbally. They'll want to maybe hang on to this ball now, just build themselves into this game. Their first final in 40 years, of course, at this level. What a season they've had so far. That's a direct ball in, a good ball in. As far as Nicola Fennell. Nicola is going forward. Is she fouled? Referee says you were tugged back there. I think it was combination of Breed McMaw there and the Ballymac defender. So I suppose that's what Nicola Kieran brings to the table, her vast experience, and did well to kind of draw that foul and chance for Stradbally to open their account.
Yeah, I like she probably hadn't a whole lot on herself, but like in the last couple of plays now, you see Chloe Fennell come into the bit and Aisling Mullaney, and like Stradbally are looking to them today. You know, they're still young players, but they're the experience and their inter-county experience, especially. This girl taking the free, Hayley Phelan, I think you're going to be hearing a lot more about her in the next few years. She's minor again next year, but of all the young players I've seen above in the club over the last 10 years, she's the top 2 or 3 boys or girls ball players. Yeah, very natural footballer.
Will be disappointed with that effort, but she is kicking into a strong breeze, and look how quick Ballymac break. It's Louise Ryan on the ball. Little pop pass out as far as Kellyanne Hogan. What a great amount of energy she's brought to the table over the last couple of seasons since she's come into the adult grade. Another quick offload to Ballymac. They're breaking at pace, and again it's the aforementioned Kellyanne who's on the ball. Crosses the 45, now about to enter the 21. Referee says go on, get up. Good discipline there by Stradbally. Tries to find Michelle Ryan with the offload, very strong on the ball, surrounded by a wall of red jerseys. Turns on a sixpence off her right leg. Chance for her opening score, but again good pressure there and disciplined tackling by the Stradbally defence, and Michelle got the shot off on that occasion, guys, but good pressure there, good discipline by Stradbally.
Great pressure and great discipline, like you said, Gavin. Yeah, I think Ballymac were breaking through very well, but just the finishing, we just need to settle down a little bit for that last shot and just take our time and flat them over the bar.
Ballymac have it again. It's Breed McMaw, the minor player, of course. It's this conveyor belt of talent coming through in Ballymac. It's absolutely second to none. That's a diagonal ball by Lauren Gyrey, looking for Aileen Wall on the far overside. Wins that ball well. Quick offload as far as Sinead Kenrick going forward there now on the 21, trying to recycle this ball. Goes back out, plays it over the head of Michelle because there was another running coming through. That runner is Mairead Wall, going for her opening score off her right leg, and that's gone again to the left hand side and wide. And last 3 attacks, 3 wides for Ballymacarbry there, Kieran. They'd probably be wanting to maybe put in a few of these more scores on the board.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, from Stradbally's point of view, they need to be drawing energy from these now, you know. I mean, you know, three good defences in a row, you know, so now they need to start building that into the game and taking energy from that, you know.
Chloe Fennell, again, it's slow build up from Stradbally, but as the lads were saying there, they just want to hang on to that ball and maybe grow themselves into this game. It's their first county final, of course, for a number of these girls at this level. Here's Rebecca Casey. Rebecca again being pursued there. Look at the work rate by Ballymacarbry and Kellyanne Hogan. Here's a bit of space now for Mary Kate Kern, the Medeligo native, of course, who's in the red of Stradbally this year. That's a better ball inside the inside line, but again, brilliant battling there, great defending there by the Ballymacarbry rearguard, and Louise Ryan turning over that ball, and then the free is won. Maeve Ryan it was drawing the foul. Brilliant defending there by Louise. Just got there ahead of Cara Mullaney, I think it was trying to get on it. Good direct ball in, but Ballymac back there in numbers. They turn over that ball, and now they're going to break at pace. Ball down the line. Was it a push in the back? Referee is anxious enough to play on. That came from Maeve Ryan. Race for possession here between Chloe Fennell and Ailish Cooney. That's good work rate by Chloe. Always brings that to the table. Offloads as far as Theo Behan. Won a minor title with Stradbally last weekend. They defeated Ballymacarbry in that excellent final. And she also played with St. Anne's, a player with a great energy and great work rate. Sprays the ball across the field. As far as Katrina O'Brien, her sister Eileen played in the junior earlier on. Her dad Owen, of course, is part of the Stradbally management team. Laura Cusack on the ball now. Another offload on the far overside to Ellen Boylan, who won a junior Camogie Shield medal with Port Law yesterday. They won that replay against Tallow. Busy weekend for her. We'll follow the play. Stradbally are recycling this ball. It's Hayley Phelan trying to get into the equation here, and this is a quick ball across now. Bit of space for Rebecca Casey, about to cross that 45-metre line, but the solo, it just was telegraphed there, intercepted by Breed McCaw, and now Ballymacarbry have the numbers, and they're going to break at pace. Can they punish this Stradbally error? Trying to get the Route 1 ball inside. You can see that's the tack they're implying. Sinead Kenrick on the far overside. In hot pursuit there is Cara Milani, who seems to be wearing 11, but she's playing in the Stradbally defence. Runner off the shoulder is Kellyanne Hogan, always looks for that ball. She's on the 21, difficult angle, and this one goes the wrong side of the post again. It was well intercepted at one end there, Marion. Ballymac, you can see what they're trying to do is maybe isolate Michelle and Sinead inside and then look for the runner off the shoulder.
Yeah, absolutely, but I think the support was a bit slow coming there, Gavin, and that was the issue. You know, the forwards, half-forward line were a bit slow getting in there to help Sinead. So we're just panicking a little bit, taking the shot a bit too soon, so we just need to steady it down a bit and take our shots when we're ready.
Nervous moment there for Stradbally, but well recovered by Chloe Fennell. Good patience there by Stradbally, managing to retain this ball. Mary Kate Kern, 1-1-2, no score. Ballymacarbry lead, of course, that early goal coming from Eilish Cooney. Deadly finish. Stradbally go forward, there's a bit of space now. But they decide, Ellen Boylan decides to go route one with that one when she had maybe Nicola Fennell in a better position underneath us, but it was easy to say it from up here. Ballymacarbry turn over that ball yet again. Maeve Ryan, Louise Ryan, always seems to be the link player in this well-drilled Ballymacarbry side. Good use of the hand pass right underneath our commentary position, and Maeve is going to put boot to ball, and again Aileen Wall just peeling away from her marker. She drags you one side then the next as she's going to take on her opponent here. Aileen puts on the afterburners going forward. Is she thinking about a goal off road as far as Michelle? Is the second goal for Ballymac, takes the kick, saved by the goalkeeper and saved on the line, taken off the line by Roisin Dunphy. Brilliant, brave defending there. That was a great chance for a second Ballymacarbry goal, but Stradbally managed to relieve the pressure. It's a good kick pass upfield, but again, first to react to the ball is Mairead Wall. Things beginning to hot up here in Fairfield in this senior final. Aileen Wall still on that 21 metre line, offloads as far as Sinead on the edge of that D there. Another pop pass back as far as Aileen. Are they going to get the shot off? As a wall of red jerseys back there. Stradbally being really disciplined has this end product. It's going to come from Lauren Gyrey. The effort from Lauren off her right leg is gone left and wide. The wides are beginning to mount up now from Ballymacarbry's point of view, but probably a lucky escape there, Kieran, but you have to give great credit there to Megan Foran for the initial save, and then Roisin Dunphy taking it off the line.
Oh yeah, sure, inspirational stuff, you know, but I suppose if you were to write a blueprint for, you know, if Stradbally are going to win this game, how they have to go about it, and the first thing is frustrate Ballymac. And, you know, in the general play, Ballymac are just too physical in all, you know, physical strength in all the 50-50 challenges. But like they are being frustrated, you know, you kind of feel if they start kicking 2 or 3 points that they will push on, but at the same time Stradbally are holding them out, and the longer that goes on, you know, it's giving fuel for Stradbally, you know.
Megan Foran, Breed McMaw fields this ball ahead of Hayley Phelan, two great young players who have, as the lad said, bright futures ahead of them. This is offloaded as far as Kellyanne Hogan. Is she going to throw it back to Eilish? She pops it inside to Breed McMaw, who stayed going forward. This could be the second goal. Was there talking to Jersey referees to play on? Brilliantly saved again by Megan Foran in the goal. I think the referee is going to pull it back for the penalty, and I think it was for the Jersey tug there, and in fairness to Paddy, he had the hand up. Marion, that could be a big moment.
Oh my God, Gavin, yeah, that was very, very close there. I mean, two great really interventions by Stradbally there, but I suppose there was the foul there on Breach McMaw when she was going through, so it looks like it's a penalty for Ballymac. But in fairness to Stradbally, they're making it very hard for Ballymac. They're defending in absolute packs, you know, and they're really standing up. But Michelle has an opportunity here, I suppose, to slot this one. So season campaigner in Michelle, she's well versed in taking penalties. So. You'd put a few pound on her all right to make this.
Joined the senior panel in 99 and holder of 21 county medals. Is it going to be 22 for Michelle this afternoon? Facing Megan Foran in the goal. Off her right leg, takes the shot, brilliantly saved by the Stradbally goalkeeper. She's kept him in it single-handedly, fouled and on her way out. That could be a big psychological moment. Didn't get great power on it, but what do Stradbally do? They give away possession then from that resultant free out. They probably ought to slow it down, and they may well be punished as McGrath goes forward. Chance for Ballymac to get something out of this attack. Umpires look at each other, it's over the bar. Mairead Wall gets her opening score, and I know it's probably better not than conceding the goal. Great save, but again Stradbally the chance to clear their lines there, Kieran. Mairead Wall, no better player to get upfield and kick a score, so Ballymac still gets something out of that attack.
Oh yeah, and I mean, you know, I'd say at this stage Stradbally want to get to the water break. The management certainly be screeching at the sideline, you know, because you know, they're in the game, they're keeping themselves in the game, but they just need to settle and just, you know, a bit of cleverness now.
Teo B, and great work right there from Aileen Wall. In fairness, these two teams have brought great energy to this final so far. We'll have that water break, I'd imagine, coming up very shortly. Perfect conditions on a pristine Fraher field. All credit to Ollie Drumming and the ground staff. It's in absolutely brilliant order for this ladies final. Busy day of ladies finals right throughout the day. It started at 9:30 this morning. Here's Michelle Ryan on the ball. Brilliant diagonal ball, just switches the play so well, looking for Sinead Kenrick on the far over side. Is it going to carry a bit too much pace on this one from Michelle? Very close to the sideline. Robert Grace is the linesman on this far overside. He's happy enough to wave play on. Ballymac going to retain this ball. She's looking for movement. There's nobody movement. She has to go back to Mairead Wall, who got that second Ballymac point. Always a player who loves to get forward and sprays this ball across, and it was missed by Karen McGrath, but she had Breed McMaw there. Karen went for the return. What a vastly experienced player she is at number 6, real rock solid. Lays it off as far as Breed McMaw again. Is this Breed open her account? Wind behind her, wind assisted. Great move by Ballymac. She's capable of that. Brilliant score, and Marion, good offload there. Good understanding between Karen and Breed McMaw, and
absolutely great score by Breed McMaw, her first year starting on the senior team. I mean, so that's a great boost for her to get such a great score, and that's what she did, Gavin. Like I said, she steadied herself and she took her score really well, and I think more of our forwards could take a leaf out of her book and just steady before they shoot. That's what we need, just a bit of composure, I think.
Yeah. So they trot off for the water break. Ballymacarbry 1-3, Stradbally no score. Eilish Cooney with that cracking goal, and Ballymac, while they have a lot of the ball, Kieran Heffernan, maybe they're not showing it on the scoreboard. To be fair to Stradbally in the backs as well, and Megan Foran as well deserves a noteworthy mention as well for her performance so far.
Oh yeah, I mean, great save from the penalty and a couple of great saves for shots before that, but I think the management team now, they'll be saying, look, defensively we're doing okay, but when we have the ball we have to make better use of it. I think Stradbally should have been running the ball a little bit more. Niamh at full forward did well against Comer Rangers, and I think the tactic of kicking the ball to her would have been something they'd have been looking at, but against the wind it's inclined to be dropping and suits the back to attack it. So I think Stradbally want, the management could be saying, look, hold the ball, settle on it a bit, slow the play down, especially against the wind. The wind is even stronger from the start of the game, so definitely, they need to keep it down against the wind, keep that scoring down.
Paddy Smith just telling them to, come on lads, minute and a half for the water break. Some teams try to buy, I think, 2 minutes for that, but Paddy is trying to get him back out there. And I suppose, Marion, from Ballymacarbry's point of view, 1-3, they'll obviously want to tack on a few more scores and probably build up. You'd probably want a bit of a lead going in at half time with that breeze. I
think the breeze can't be underestimated here, Gavin. It is very strong. We can feel it up here in the stand, and we know in Fairfield that there can be very strong breezes here. So I think, to be honest with you, Stradbally, from a defensive perspective in particular, will be happy enough, to only have conceded 1-3, especially in these, like I said, with these windy conditions. They are doing very well defensively, but as Kieran was saying there, I think going forward, they just need to get forward a little bit more and get a few shots on goal and take a few chances.
1-3 to no score. Ballymacarbry lead here in Fairfield in the 2020 County Senior Final on a busy day of ladies finals here in the Dacia. Teo Bean breaks onto that ball at pace, crossing the 65-metre line. Lovely solo, lovely technique here by Teo. Great athlete. But she needs support, manages to get the kick off. Will this fall to the aforementioned Nicola Fennell? She's on the ball, brings a great deal of energy and experience to the table. Looks for the runner inside, that's the centre back, Niamh Power, who's, as Kieran mentioned there, she's wearing 6 but playing up there. Good pressure there by the Ballymacarbry defenders, and again they managed to turn over that brilliant ball. A combination there of Karen McGrath and inside there. They draw the foul then, just do that so well. And again, Kieran, you mentioned it there, and Stradbally they didn't have the options there, but Ballymacarbry, their work rate to win that ball back is second to none, isn't it?
Oh, it is, and like in all these physical challenges, one-on-one, the Ballymac girl is coming out on top, so like to me, Stradbally, they can't be dwelling on the ball. They need to try and get a running game going. In that last attack, you did see him putting the ball through the hand, so I'd say that was something the management was on to him about.
Ballymacarbry looking for that direct run ball inside, and that's got inside by Aileen Wall on the far over side. Sticking to her is Teo Behan. There, two players with plenty of pace, but Aileen is winning this duel so far. Across the square, Roisin Dunphy, and it's fielded there by Megan Foran. The goalkeeper read that spectacularly, and they're going to break out at pace. Stradbally trying to come up the field now on the 45-metre line. Referee has a hand up for advantage there, says the tackling was a little over aggressive, and they get on with this very quickly. This is down as far as Sheena Dunphy, wearing 16. She started, but again she loses possession, as Kieran mentioned, in that tackle. You can't afford to run into these Ballymac girls, and it's turned over again. On the ball once again is Kellyanne Hogan. Mentioned her name an awful lot of times in the commentary so far. Route 1 ball, Aileen Wall off the shoulder is Sinead. Is this a chance for her to open her account? Sinead Kenrick, brilliant score there. breaking at pace. That's what Ballymacarbry do so well, Marion. And
great move there. Look, signature move at Kellyanne Hogan, just breaking through the middle, leaves it in then to Aileen, and Aileen left it off to Sinead, who was coming through the middle. A great move and a great finish.
End product was there, as they say. 1-4-2, no score. 19 minutes gone here in Fairfield. That pass goes astray inside. Well gathered by Chloe Fennell. 15 in her back, but she's kind of playing in that deep role, as we were mentioning earlier on. Trying to go out there. High tackle there by Louise Ryan. And could we see a yellow card here, guys, for that? Was she coming into it? It'll be very interesting. Paddy Smith has the notebook out.
Yeah, I think he certainly has the notebook out. Like you said, look, it was a high tackle. In fairness to Louise, wouldn't be her form ever. I think she just had her hand out, but look, it was a high tackle, and the ref looks like he's going to take some kind of action anyway.
Yeah, and I know it's probably a difficult one, Kieran, from a refereeing perspective at times. If a player is kind of going down, but the tackle was still probably high, the hand was around the neck.
Yeah, but Chloe, Chloe's not tall and like ducked around the challenge, and the hand is just straight out. I mean, no intent in it, but you can get caught that, and Chloe will always, take on the player when she has the opportunity, but look,
you probably have to capitalise on this now, Kieran, with the extra, personally. I know it's going to be easy.
I'd say against the wind, Gavin, I'd say the big thing for Stradbally is not to be way behind at half time. The wind is significant, and like for Stradbally, Stradbally's attacking options aren't great. They'll have to work for scores. They don't have a Michelle Ryan or that, so Stradbally will have to work the ball in, but the big thing is keep the score down, get energy from this defensive display, and come out the second half with the wind where they can maybe play a more direct game.
And they're in the right end of the field now. It's Nicola Fennell. Paddy Smith almost getting away. Chance for Stradbally to open their account. Kicked inside, knocked away by the corner back there. It's good play by Maeve Ryan. Playing really well in this Ballymacarbry rear guard. That's Karen McGrath. Back to the goalkeeper, Lauren Fitzpatrick. Tipperary inter-county goalkeeper, of course. But no doubt they're glad to have her in Ballymac as well. She brings a lot to the table, Marion, doesn't she?
She does. Look, Lauren is great. Like you said, plays with Tipperary. She's from Newcastle, so it's a shared parish with ourselves, but plays with Tipperary, and she's just a great character. She brings so much, as regards telling people where to go, and, great instruction from the goal, which is what you need from a good goalkeeper.
Ballymacarbry are going forward again on the far over side of the field. That's Kellyanne Hogan. Switches the direction of the play as far as Breed McMaw. Got that super score just before the water break. Is she thinking about a second? She's going inside, getting a bit of latitude. Tries to pass it down the line. This is Lauren Gyrey. Lauren has possession now, sprays it across as far as Michelle. It's a bit ambitious in the pass there. As you can see, Stradbally are back there in numbers, and they turn over that ball. Ellen Boylan brings a great deal of energy. She's a bit of open road ahead of her, and now spots that there's a loose player there in the shape of Rebecca Casey. Bit of room now for Rebecca to go forward. Has she options up front, about across the 45-metre line, but again, look how strong Ballymac are in that tackle, and Rebecca has been forced to turn backwards, but she has support in the shape of Nicola Fennell, who goes route one, but it's not an ideal ball for a forward. It may work out in Stradbally's favour. Ballymac are back there, and it's just spooned away there by Michelle McGrath, and she knows that she has support there from the rest of her defenders. And look at Ballymac then just break out. Teresa McGrath, the far over side of the field. Kellyanne Hogan comes for that ball deep and then goes for the return, but that pass goes astray. Wasn't read there by Karen McGrath. It's turned over once again by Stradbally. Laura Cusack. Her uncle Niall is part of the management team, the team trainer, I believe. He has them absolutely flying fit. 40 players training since the start of the year between junior and senior. Ellen Boylan kicks possession away. Can't do that with the Ballymacarbry defenders around Teresa McGrath going forward with the orange headband. Crosses the 65-metre line. Hayley Phelan in pursuit. Route one ball inside. Teo Bean out in front of Aileen Wall, and that's good attack and play by Stradbally. As the lad said, they're growing into this one. I know they haven't scored so far, but they'll be happy enough to have kept it down. Still trailing by 7, but they are playing against a very strong breeze here in Fairfield in the 2020 decider. Mary Kate Kern. Again, she's looking for options inside, but she can't really kick it because there's 3 or 4 loose Ballymacarbry girls there. She has to recycle possession, but they retain that all-important ball. Rebecca Casey, Laura Cusack, onto Chloe Fennell. Again, she's looking for options, not much movement inside, but she does find Ellen Boylan, who gets in some space off her left leg, trying to tread that one through, and again, it's just cut out. Too easy, you feel, from Ballymacarbry's point of view, and Stradbally, having hung onto that ball for so well, now have to chase. And Ballymacarbry, there's gaps opening here. Centre back Karen McGrath, she has a player cross field. That's Mairead Wall got a point a moment ago. She has a chance to get her second. They're thinking about more than that. Aileen Wall and McGrath played a 1-2, but possession is overturned again and both sides guilty of it. Stradbally break out. Ellen Boylan on the far over side on her own 45-metre line. They're going to retain this ball. Rebecca Casey. Again, she's looking for options, but as Kieran is here alongside me, I'm sure you've told him many a time, Kieran, to hang on to the possession is 9/10 of the law, as they say. Rebecca decides to put boot to ball in on top of the full forward line. That's brilliantly won by Niamh Power. First kind of primary possession she's won inside. Off the shoulder is Milani. Was that a push in the back? Referee waves play on. She's going goalwards. She's facing a blue wall. Solo leaves her down. Ballymacarbry regain possession. Great defending there, and Stradbally had up to that point done well. They put route one ball from Michelle Ryan down to Lauren Gyrey. Lauren switches the direction of play. Ball for possession here between Aileen Wall and Theo Bean. Aileen is going to win this ball. Is she going to cut inside? Theo going goalwards, left leg, crossfield ball to Lauren Gyrey. This one is going to hang in play. It's not gone yet. Lauren is over on the bank side of far field. Will she recycle it back out? Turns inside. Referee says play on. Again, sprays it back out into the experienced Michelle Ryan. Brilliant movement by Michelle. Is there an end product? Great score, Michelle Ryan. She opens her account. Opening score. She'd be disappointed to have missed that penalty earlier on, but I suppose good patience there, Marion, by Ballymacarbry and Lauren Gyrey. Back to Michelle, great score.
Recycled a number of times there, Gavin, until they found the person in the right position, which was Michelle coming through. So a great score, needed by Ballymac, because it's been a while since they've scored, and we've a lot of possession, but we're just not converting it into scores. So that was a good one.
Again, Stradbally guilty of, I think it might have been Mary-Kate Kern of just kicking that ball out over the line. Larry Power is the linesman underneath us. He took charge of the Junior B final earlier. Ballymacarbry won 5. Stradbally yet to register as we tick into the final 4 minutes of the opening half. Ballymacarbry going forward. That's Eilish Cooney, goal scorer, of course, in the early exchanges. Good hand in there by Rebecca Casey, but only falls to the waiting Lauren Gyrey. She's getting on the mount of ball, and good switching of the play there by Lauren. Over to Mairead Wall on the far over side. Here's Michelle Ryan. Off to Sinead Kenrick going for her second. That one goes to the wrong side of the posts, and as you were saying there, guys, they've had plenty of opportunities, Ballymac. Kieran, they could easily maybe have 1-8, 1-9 on the board.
Oh, they could, but they haven't, and that's the thing of it. Stradbally are holding it
sure
out, but
happy with that.
3 or 4 minutes to half time. It's important that Stradbally, don't tire now. And here with Chloe losing the ball in her own D. They really need to stick at it for the next get to half time.
Ill afford to do that against a team like Ballymac. Chloe just swarmed there, tackled well, and fell to Sinead. She popped over. Another good score. We'll follow this play very quickly. 1-6 to no score, and just as you said, possession, and Stradbally trying to go in at half time, but still 1-6 to no score. It's still not a bad, I suppose, position considering the wind is so strong. That loose hand pass by Katrina O'Brien, turned over by Breed McMaw. She swung around. Referee says, go on, you have the ball. She plays it across as far as Kellyanne Hogan, about to cross the 45-metre line. Rebecca Casey is after her. Ballymac happy enough to hang on to this ball. Over to the experienced Michelle Ryan on the far over side, looking for Aileen Wall. This one is going to be threaded through to Aileen. After her is Theo Bean. Aileen is cutting inside, back to Michelle. Chance of a second goal for Ballymacarbry. Buried by Michelle Ryan, a vastly experienced player. Joined the senior panel way back in '99. Her dad Michael, now with the Banish Door bib. He'll be happy with that one. It's probably the one thing Stradbally didn't want, but what a move, Marion, by Ballymacarbry, and no better player, Michelle Ryan, at the end of it.
5 or 6 players involved in that, Gavin. Just, again, patience in the build-up by Michelle, and an unbelievable finish. So, a real sucker punch for Stradbally, it has to be said, this close to half-time. But, look, they have the ball again, and they won't give up. They're still fighting.
Yeah, they certainly won't, and a lot of young players in this Stradbally team, they'll keep fighting to the bitter end, but 12 points. They trail this county final. Plenty of Stradbally red and white on the bank on the far over side. In other words, plenty of colour in the village in the build-up to what's a huge day for the club, being in 2 finals, of course. But they will try and get a score maybe on the board just to get a psychological boost going in at half-time. Here's one player who can provide it. That's Hayley Phelan. She's going forward. Lovely sidestep by Hayley. She's a great talent. Is this Stradbally to open their account? Left-legged ball inside. Well saved there by Lauren Fitzpatrick, because it could have went anywhere. Stradbally will want to get something out of this ball. Pop back as far as Nicola Fennell, that is. Snapshot there. Is this the opening score by Mary-Kate Kern? It's going to hang in the air. Dropped by the goal. A bit of a fumble there, but well recovered by Lauren Fitzpatrick. And she breaks out there. Off to her corner back. That's Maeve Ryan. That pass goes astray there, but Ballymacarbry managed to retain it. On the ground there, and it's over carrying by Kellyanne Hogan. Seemed to get a knock as well there. See, Dex Spellman is racing in. She probably didn't get a chance to maybe release the ball, Marion, but going for overcarrying then, and Stradbally, they'll be wanting to get something on the board before the break.
Yeah, I think it's important that Stradbally makes something out of this opportunity. I suppose, look, Kellyanne, in fairness to her, she absolutely kills herself. She's up and down that field, and she just ran into that tackle and couldn't get the ball away in time. But look, great, tenacious tackling again by Stradbally, and like you said, important maybe that they get a score out of this just to put themselves on the board, because I don't think the scoreline really reflects the match. It's a tight game. Two sets of tenacious defenders, I suppose, on both sides, so it'd be good for Stradbally to get the scoreboard ticking over here.
Yeah, and Hayley, Kieran, she's opting to kick this one off the ground now. Is that a wise choice into maybe this wind? Is she better off going short, or is she going to have a cut?
Well, I mean, she's capable of kicking them, but like I said, into the wind. I mean, that's what is it, 35 yards out. But she can kick them. I mean, she's an exceptional football ability. Like I said, I think she's a player. Like I said, that I'm watching from the time she was young, but at 8 and 9 years of age, she had footballing skills that even the lads hadn't. So she's capable of. I think she's going to be an outstanding player. She's minor again next year, and she confidence and stuff like that. Gets a bit physically stronger. She's going to be one we're going to be hearing about. I suppose the last goal there for Ballymac. I mean, it really epitomised Ballymac. I mean, the precision in the passing, the timing of the run, everything about it was spot on. And that's the thing with Ballymac. Like they can kill you in a second. But look, Stradbally are fighting, and that's the big thing. It's a battling performance. They're a lighter team. The footballing, I suppose their brand of play isn't the level, but this is what they need. They need to be playing Ballymac in games like this to get there.
Yeah. And no better experience, of course, with playing a team like Ballymacarbry, going for, as we said, that remarkable 39th in a row, and they could seal it here. Pop pass inside as far as Aileen Wall. Back to Ballymac there, and it's palmed into the net by Kellyanne Hogan. Third goal for Ballymacarbry. Sucker punch for Stradbally right on the stroke of half time. Lovely flowing move again. And Kellyanne Hogan, she was down there a couple of minutes ago injured. She picks herself up, Marion, gets down the other end of the field and finishes that goal. That's just testament to.
That's not the first time I've seen that move, Gavin. In fairness to Kellyanne, as I said, she takes a lot of punishment in games. She puts herself in for it, but my God, she's some moment to get up and down the field. And again, Michelle involved in that move, Aileen involved. The stalwarts of Ballymacarbry, and just a great finish.
Yeah. And you can see every time as well now they're beginning to go for that juggler as well. They missed a few earlier on, but again, Stradbally's kicking here. Niamh Power's going to keep in this ball. That's good play by Niamh. Big strong player, but again the hand pass leaves her down. May well work out though for Paddy Casey's charges on this occasion. They're going forward. Mary Kate Kern again looking for options. Ellen Boylan, really young player, and as are a lot of this Stradbally team, and they'll be around for a while, you feel. Chloe Fennell just halfway between the 21 and the 45 metre line. Mary Kate Kern has a snapshot there in the end, and the end product way off the mark there. I think the referee is going to call for half time, so a half that in fairness to Stradbally scoreline maybe a little bit maybe flattering from Ballymacarby's point of view. Even Eilish Cooney with that first goal. Second goal then from Ballymacarbry coming from Michelle Ryan, of course, having missed a penalty, and then Kellyanne Hogan palming in the third goal. So goals, guys, in county final days, as you know, are going to be important. So 3-6 to no score at half time. Just a quick reflection, guys, before we take a breather.
Yeah, I suppose, look, from Ballymac's perspective, it's great, 3-6 to no score. We're 15 points up essentially at half time, which is a commanding lead. Now, there is a strong wind there, like I said, and I do think the wind is worth 5 or 6 points at least. But Ballymac, I suppose, it was a strange half in many ways. They started great, then they kind of went out of it. I think Stradbally kind of came on top defensively and crowded that defence and didn't let them through. But I think in the last 10 minutes there, Ballymac have really come to the fore. They seem to have settled down, found their feet, got a few nice goals. Michelle and Kellyanne with 2 great goals, and they exhibited that patience, I suppose, that is needed. But Stradbally are really fighting. They're putting it up to them, as Kieran said earlier. There is a difference in the stature, I suppose, in the teams, but they're trying hard, they're fighting hard, and it's a great experience for them, and they really are bringing the fight, which is the main thing, I suppose, and all you can expect of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Kieran, you've been here with a lot of this group before. You know a lot of these girls. What did the management team? What do you say to them now, kind of after a half like that? Because they have battled hard, to be fair.
Oh, but they have, and that's what I'm saying. You can take energy from that. Now, I mean, we said there, I think I looked at the clock. It was 27 minutes gone in the game, and I said if they could hold out to half time, and Ballymac have 2-1 scored since then. They're young girls, they're light girls, but I mean they have to play faster. Their play on the ball is too slow, and the pass option isn't there. Now, you know, you can do that in games where, you know, if the opposition aren't strong. But like in a game like this, where every physical challenge, you're lucky to come out of it, you know, with the ball. So I'd like to see Stradbally with the win, but that doesn't mean banging the ball in on top of Neve. I'd like to see him trying to isolate like a Haleyfield and players like that with a bit of pace and ability, and see, you know, if they can get the other side of that player and take on the ball.
Yeah.
So they'll have to play a quicker game. They still have to keep up the defensive work. The thing you worry about against, you know, Ballymac's physicality again is will they tire? That's going to be a big thing now. A lot of them are light girls, you know. So look, like overall, like I said, I think coming into this game, you know, you're playing. Ballymac could well be in the top 2 or 3 teams in the country, you know. So for a young team like Stradbally coming in, like what do they want out of it, you know? I think the performance was going to be the first thing. So you'd like to see him get a few scores on the board now. That's certainly.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll take a bit of a breather ourselves here in Fairfield. Half time in the 2020 County Senior Ladies Football Final. Ballymac in control at the break, leading Stradbally by 3-6 to no score. Okay, you're very welcome back to Fraher Field. Windy, blustery Fraher Field, but the field in absolutely brilliant nick for this ladies football final. It's the defending champions for the last 38 years, Ballymacarbry in control, leading Stradbally by 3-6 to no score on a busy day for ladies finals. We'll touch on the other two, which are going to be coming up later on at 2 o'clock in Kilmac, Kilrossenty Brickies and Erin's Own battling for the intermediate title, and then at 3:30 my own club, St. Pat's, of course, seeking county glory. They're taking on a formidable Tramore side. So a busy day, and I suppose on that, guys, credit to the ladies board, playing the 4 finals. It's a busy day for everyone, and great to get the championships completed, I suppose, in what's been an unusual year.
Oh yeah, and like Stradbally were out early this morning, and you have Erin's Own in the Eastern final, the intermediate final, City, team below in the City, trying to keep football going. And Tramore again back in the final, so great to see those, all those clubs coming and doing their bit,
Absolutely, we'll get back to that in a while, but so far we'll concentrate on the senior final. Second half is underway straight away. Ballymacarbry looking to continue where they left off. Here's Louise Ryan back into the action from Mersinven in the opening half. Is that a score? And Ballymacarbry subs underneath us were clapping that one. They thought it was over the bar, but in fact it went to the wrong side of the posts and wide. Good move there.
Great move. Michelle won the throw-in and thundered through the middle and left it off to Louise. And in fairness to Louise, she wouldn't be known for her scoring, but she won't
thank you for that
one. No, but she'd admitted herself, Gavin, I think. But she brings a lot of other things to the table. But it's a pity she couldn't convert that one. But look, a good start for Ballymac, I suppose.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Maeve Ryan just overturning that ball on Ellen Boylan again. Just those 50-50 balls. Ballymacarbry so good at winning them. Michelle Ryan. Bit of space here in front for Mairead Wall, evading the Stradbally tackles as they come in, but just as I speak, commentators curse maybe on her. She loses possession. It's overturned by the Reds, and Laura Cusack looking for the run of Aisling Malani right underneath us. Trassa McGrath just brushes her off the ball and breaks out at pace, and Aisling tries her best to get back, but so far Stradbally are finding the pace and energy of Ballymac a little bit too hot to handle. Speaking of pace, here's Aileen Wall. Referee says you took too much out of it. Harsh, guys, maybe?
Controversial, I think. She
Theo did well, got the hand in well, but it was quick on the whistle, I suppose, all right. But Stradbally, ball up into your inside forward, and they don't hold it. You need to be holding it every time now. Now this is the one I want to see on the ball.
Hayley Phelan getting that ball from Rebecca Casey, but Kieran nearly put the commentator's curse on Hayley there because she nearly gave away the ball, but they did win a free from Nicola Fennell's foul on the far over side as Stradbally managed to retain that ball. Into the centre, into the equation comes Roisin Dunphy. Route 1 ball inside looking for Niamh Power, bypasses her and the full back Michelle McGrath, and Ballymacarbry going to launch another attack. This is Lauren Fitzpatrick outside as far as the cornerback, Trassa McGrath. Good use of the hand pass by Ballymacarbry, so good at working that ball out. Seemed to be a bit of off the ball stuff there, but they're happy enough to get on with it. McGrath now offloads it to the midfielder Louise Ryan, so good, I suppose, at linking that play and bringing other players into the equation. A lot of bodies now around that centre of the field area. Ballymacarbry turning and twisting, but they managed to retain it. Laura Mulcahy, the joint captain, sees a bit of open road there, has a player off her shoulder if she needs Sinead alongside her, but good pressure there by Stradbally and great work rate there and energy by Mary Kate Kern to turn over that ball. That's good work rate by Stradbally.
Fantastic work rate by Stradbally there, in fairness, to interrupt Laura's run. And look, like I said, Gavin, they're not going to give up, and they're not giving up, and it's important for them now maybe to get a few early scores on the board with this wind.
Here's Sheena Dunphy. Aisling Malani about to cross the 21-metre line, facing a wall of blue jerseys. Can she break inside the cover? She's gone inside. Here's Malani, fisted across the goal. Intercepted there by Ballymacarbry. The referee says there was a tug back, I think, in her arm as she released that kick. So this is a very scoreable free chance for Stradbally to open their account, and that was a bit better. Kieran, turned it over well, ran at the Ballymacarbry defence, drew the foul, and they're going to need a bit more of that. Yeah,
and more open play, not as bunched as they were in the first half. Who I'm really impressed with so far is Trassa McGrath with the Ballymacarbry. I wouldn't have seen some of the young, the younger Ballymac girls so much, but she's really impressed me corner back, and I see Mairead there, I think herself and Aisling were exchanging pleasantries there earlier on. A poor miss there now from the free.
Yeah, Hayley should be disappointed with that kind of. They probably needed that one, Marion, just to get the confidence going. It was well drawn. You need to take all those opportunities. Don't you?
Absolutely. Look, that was, I suppose, a poor miss. Maybe some nerves at play there. It was important for Stradbally to get that score, but Ballymac on the attack again now, I suppose, and back with possession. And I suppose that's one thing to remark as well, Gavin. Ballymac are winning a lot of their own kickouts. They're maintaining possession, whereas Stradbally are finding that a lot harder to do. They're not keeping their own kickouts, which is crucial in the game of football, I suppose. Possession is 9/10 of the law, as they say.
Absolutely, and it was Kellyanne Hogan who seems to be a real turbo energy on this team. This ball is threaded through to Aileen Wall, takes the shot off her left leg. Megan Foran dived, probably suggesting maybe she had it covered, but when they get inside that cover, you just never know. And Aileen has the hands on her head maybe to say, probably should have got a score out of that one, but I'm sure Stradbally will be pretty relieved, and it's going to be kick out, going to be taken by Megan Foran, member of the county team, of course, and also plays camogie with St. Anne's. Here's Teo B, another one of the St. Anne's camogie players. They were desperately unlucky in early stop Galtier from doing 3 in a row last weekend, but that didn't happen. Referee says there was a bit of holding inside. Trassa McGrath and Aisling Mullaney, you said earlier on, Kieran, they were getting to know each other.
There's a right battle going on there now, But that last move, from Ballymac from their own kick out up the field, now I know it didn't result in a score, but the precision of it, and the accuracy of passing and the timing, that's Ballymac have that down to a T,
Yeah.
Ballymac.
Tressa, I suppose, is a tenacious defender. She's been involved with Ballymac now for a number of years. She'd be a niece of Bridget Grant, who was involved with Michael in the management team. Michael riding that management team all those years when Waterford won those All-Irelands in Croke Park. So the football is in her blood too, I suppose, and a great tenacious and tough defender. But Aisling is giving her plenty of it inside there, and it's a great battle between the two of them.
Yeah, that was well drawn, and big roar there for Stradbally, who've opened their accounts, and it is the aforementioned, the hard-working Hayley Phelan, who certainly has a bright future ahead of her. That will do her confidence the world of good. So Stradbally are off the mark. 34 minutes gone in this game, 3-6-2 a point. Player down inside, Trassa McGrath and Aisling Mullaney. I think they're still at it inside. Robert Grace, the linesman here, has been told by Michael Ryan and Mike Irie. Did you see that? I don't think he did. We'll await that one to come back to it. And Ballymacarbry, they're up the where they want to be at the other end of the field. Here's Aileen Wall, lovely sidestep by Aileen inside the D area now in the 21, crossing the 13 off her right foot, chance of a score, takes the score. Aileen Wall, so good at those sidesteps, jinking this way and that, and in the end popping the score. I believe it's her first of the afternoon. Taken a while to open her account, but so good, and always makes good things happen, I suppose, Marion, when she's on the ball.
Aileen is just, Aileen is not just one of the best players in Waterford, I suppose. She's one of the best players in the country. She's such a speedster. She sells a dummy like nobody else, and she's opened her account, but she's been involved in so many moves here today, and a great finish from Aileen.
Hayley Phelan sprays this one down the line as far as Aoife Brazel, I think it is, Kieran, who's been introduced. I didn't hear that being announced, but Aoife's on, another one of these young Stradbally players who loves to get forward. Won a minor I think it was a plate final last weekend when they did dethrone Ballymacarbry. That was a great battle in Ballyduflower last weekend, but this ball is overturned by Ballymacarbry, and Louise Ryan takes that ball. So good at calling the ball straight away, and they don't hang around with these ones. Looking for the run of Sinead now inside, last year's captain, of course. What a performance she had that day. And Lemmy Bryan as Ballymacarbry withstood one of those great battles they've had with Cummer Rangers. But it's Stradbally they're facing this afternoon. So far they're well up for the task. 3-7 a point. Kellyanne Hogan got that goal in the first half. Brilliant ball by Kellyanne. Great vision to find the vastly experienced Eilish Cooney. 1-1 in the first half. Back to Aileen Wall. Sticking to her guns as Theo B, and off her right foot has this curled in. It could be dangerous inside Michelle. So good at feeling that ball. Turns to her trusty right leg. Is it on target? Umpire says wide, and so good at winning that ball in the air. And I suppose Stradbally would be pretty relieved carrying that one.
Yeah, you're so used to seeing those ones going over the bar, aren't you, when Michelle turns onto her right leg. But I think Aoife Brazel has come in for Ellen Boylan, right, by the look of it. And Aoife again, another minor again next year. So promising young player again.
Yeah, and good, I suppose, to give these players the experience of playing the senior final as well, isn't it?
Oh, that's it. And we said that earlier. I mean, they need to be playing these teams and competing at this level. So we'd have played them over the last number of years, but we weren't competing. So they'll know after this game what the level is and where they need to get to, and then it's, do you want to get there and have the capabilities? I think individually these players are all good players. A lot of them, like I said, are very young, but there's a long road to get to this level. And Cummer are there, Cummer will be there, and Joe Murray, I'm sure, is above making plans already for next year. So Stradbally are still a little bit, in general, they're a little bit below Cummer and Ballymac, but they know where they have to be, and aim to get there. That's the next thing.
Maggie Boylan, I think, is also introduced there. Kieran, see number 13 inside as Stradbally tried to attack there, but again they're facing a real stubborn and battling Ballymacarbry defence. Louise Ryan on that ball again, links up with her centre half back. That's Karen McGrath, the vastly experienced Karen, another hand pass. Breed McMaw always seems to bring a great level of energy, and such a young player as well. Links up with Ailish Cooney, the younger player to the experienced player. I'm sure Ailish won't mind me calling her that as Ballymacarbry go in pursuit of more scores. This one is well cut out. Good reading of the play there by the Stradbally rearguard, and that's cleared by Roisin. But again bypasses Hayley Phelan and mopped up by Karen McGrath. Kick pass down the line as far as her wing back. That's Mairead Wall. Point scored in the first half onto the energetic Kellyanne Hogan, and Ballymacarbry supporters, the few supporters, the 100 supporters they have in the stand, are not happy with Paddy Smith on that occasion. Yeah. I think Robert Grace has his flag up as well. I think we may see a change here. I see Katrina Casey underneath us. What a wealth of experience she brings to the Ballymacarbry setup, along with Michael Ryan and Mike Gyrey. That is number 23.
Yeah, Becky Hogan, I think.
Becky Hogan, I think, yeah. I think on the programme it's down to someone different, but it is Becky Hogan. Marion, you'll be able to...
Yeah, Becky Hogan coming in for Louise Ryan.
Yeah. And Louise, like, I mean, she really emptied herself again today, Marion. Gets on a huge amount of ball. Great energy.
Unbelievable. Like, Louise has such an engine. That's what she brings, you know. She runs. She's the link player. Just unbelievable. Probably going for her 17th or 18th county title today. So a great performance and a great outing for Louise again today.
Yeah, it's not bad to be trotting off, and Katrina tapped me in the back saying well done. Looks like she's going to, as Marion said there, an 18th county title. And this Ballymac, the hunger and aggression I suppose they bring to the table each year, you just have to admire them. Lovely Route 1 ball down as far as Sinead Kenrick. Going forward, offloads as far as Kellyanne Hogan, blown for steps a moment ago, but she's back on the ball again. Chance of another score, off her right leg, kicking into the Colligan River end of far field. Floats it over the bar. Lovely flowing move once again by Ballymacarbry. 1-1 now for Kellyanne Hogan, and the end product, the finishing in the second half, Kieran, has even been probably better, you could say, from Ballymac's point of view.
It's certainly more clinical, you know. They're not missing the chances like they did in the first half. They mightn't have had as many chances, but certainly finishing them better, but really starting to get into their flow now, you know. And I mean, they're a pleasure to watch, you know. Even on the wrong side of it, they're a pleasure to watch, you know.
Oh, brilliant diagonal going in, Sinead, chance for another goal, and this one goes over the bar. I think she was fouled as well there as she went through on Cara Malani. It was that the referee is going to obviously allow the point, but again, Marion, the switch of direction there of play from Ballymacarbry, use of the kick pass. You know, they've worked on this, you know, and they've practiced this as well, like a trainer.
Yeah, look, unbelievable. I think, like Kieran said, they're starting to get into their flow now a little bit, and it's a little bit ominous for Stradbally. And look, I suppose it's hard. They need to keep going. They need to keep plugging away. But I mean, Ballymac are really finding their stride now. And the passes, the crossfield passes. I mean, what a ball there to find Sinead crossfield, and a great finish. And this is Ballymac's bread and butter, really. Gavin, is the crossfield passing and the making those runs and finding each other, slipping the passes through in those tight spaces. So. Look, Stradbally just have to keep fighting now and keep doing their best, but Ballymac are finding their flow.
Yeah, they are indeed, but here's two young guns there as Teo Bean and Aoife Brazil link up. They've certainly bright futures ahead of them. Aoife's going forward, offloads here. I think referee may come back for a free here if it doesn't work out. He's going to pull it back. Yeah, Aoife Brazil fouled, and been impressed with Aoife, seen her a few times, Kieran, on the ref in front earlier on the year, doing a few minor games and that. And Aoife, when she takes on her defender, she loves to run at defenders, and good at drawing those fouls as well.
Yeah, like strong on the ball, you know, and like would have come up, you know, on the county underage teams would have, you know, featured in all of them, you know. But you know, at this level, carrying the ball into a tackle isn't necessarily the right thing to be doing. But certainly drew the foul that time, you know.
And that's a super kick there by Hayley Phelan. Her second long distance out, but got right behind that. I know she has that slice, whatever wind is in her, but with her, they're not easy, I suppose, any of those kicks, Marion, on county final day. Great score by Hayley Phelan.
Absolutely not. Great. And it just goes to show the wind as well. I mean, the wind did take it, but it was very accurate. A great kick, and Stradbally need a few more of them now, but that was a great score.
Aileen Wall, look how deep she came for that kick out. In fairness to Teo B and followed her, but Ballymac, they just have that support runner off the shoulder the whole time. Here is Kellyanne Hogan again. The amount of ground she's covered has been unbelievable today. Again, spraying the ball inside, looking for Sinead inside, but well read. Great play there and great disciplined tackling by Cara Malani, but she is bottled up, but manages to retain the ball. Chloe Fennell, right leg. Bit of space now for Aoife Brazil in front of us. Getting a bit of room in the second half. The solo leaves Aoife down, and she just shows too much of it there. You can't be doing that to the Ballymacarbry defence. And breaking out at pace there is their full-back, Michelle McGrath, known as Hopper, of course. What a player she's been, rock solid. At number 3 for Ballymacarbry for a long number of years.
Yeah,
and here's the centre-back, Karen
Michelle
McGrath,
Hopper
going forward now. Chance here of another
Karen
score.
Hopper.
Can she finish? Karen McGrath probably deserved a score, Marion.
Definitely deserved a score. A great move that started in the full back line with her sister Michelle Hopper, I suppose, and Karen just wide of the post there. But a great move.
Great move indeed, and Stradbally get on with this. There's plenty of length in the kick-out battle for possession between Breed McMaw and the Stradbally full-back. That's Roisin Dunphy. They're claiming to push in the back, but the referee is happy enough to wave play on. Down the line as far as Eilish Cooney, off her right leg, looking for the run of Michelle Ryan inside. Well cut out by Ellen Boylan. I think it seems to be who seems to be still there.
Yeah, I was trying to have a look there, Gavin. Yeah,
I
think it's Nicola Fennell. Nicola Fennell has gone off, and I just wonder if was she injured, because you'd imagine they'd have been trying to keep Nicola on.
Yeah, definitely on county final day, bring that experience. Speaking of Fennell there, it's Chloe, her sister, who's trying to get on the play. She's as tough as nails, Chloe.
Yeah, and the last 10 minutes, Chloe and Rebecca Casey and Ashton are really trying to drive it on now for Stradbally, and they're the players they need, your inter-county experienced players to try and lift you a bit,
Yeah, I'm just speaking of Michelle McGrath there, and I was chatting to Joanne O'Grady, the secretary, during the week. Just 20 county medals won since joining the panel in 2001, which is quite remarkable. Chloe Fennell. Stradbally will want to get something out of this move. They're inside in the right area. Pop pass inside by Laura Cusack. Here's Boylan now. Maggie Boylan back to Aoife Brazel. Aoife has a snapshot there. May work out to Hayley Phelan, but good recovery there by Lauren Fitzpatrick in the goal for Ballymacarbry. Out as far as the corner back. That one is turned over well by Melanie. She's going goalwards. Is there a chance of a goal here? Opts to fist it over the bar. Wise decision there, and a great score by Aisling Melanie. Turned it over well on Trassa McGrath. They're having a great duel, as you say, and I'm maybe not too sure, is the referee going into, is there a bit of debate over this one, and I think he's given a free out, so that'll be disappointing. I'm not sure, was there a foul on the goalkeeper, or was the pass maybe illegal? I didn't see the score go up on the scoreboard, so maybe he's calling on the water break, but I'm not sure whether that was given as a point now or not. Okay, yeah, so it wasn't given, so
Didn't see that there, Gavin.
Looks like it's not gone up, it's not given anyway. Paddy Smith
looked like a legitimate score, but something
maybe
we obviously didn't see.
As Lauren cleared it, I'm not too sure. There might have been a foul on her, but
that's something
you're not too happy, Kieran.
That's something for us to be given out about after the game.
Something for the viewers at home to argue with, maybe.
No, in fairness, it has to be said though, in general, the referee is doing a very good job today. I think he's letting the game flow pretty well.
Absolutely,
and he's calling it as he sees it. So no, he's doing a very good job today, Paddy Smith. Just to pick up on something Kieran said as well there, Gavin, a while ago, just talking, I suppose, about the level, the different levels maybe that the team are at, and the Stradbally and the level that they need to get up to. But this is going to be a great experience for them, like their first county final in 40 years, and Ballymac have been there and done that for so long. But Kieran is right. I mean, it takes hard work. People sometimes think, I suppose, because Ballymac have been there so long, that they take it for granted or that they don't put in the work. But I can tell you that huge work goes into it by all the players, and there's huge dedication and commitment involved. And that's what it takes for any team who wants to get there, is to put in that work and dedication. But I think Stradbally have all the ingredients, and this experience will surely stand to them.
Absolutely, yeah, and that drive, Kieran, and determination Ballymac have every year. You see the likes of Michael Ryan back in this year, of course, as manager, Mike Gyrey, John Phelan on the line, and the will to win they have every year, as Marion touched on there. You'd have to admire.
Oh yeah, look, I heard Michael being interviewed after the Munster final, lost to Mourne Abbey last year. I think they lost by 3 points. Yeah. And he was saying about that's the level we have to get to, when you think that, when you hear Ballymac saying about we have to get to another level, well, there's a drive on there, you know what I mean? But look, they're an exceptional bunch, and people think, as Marion was saying there, that it just comes naturally. It doesn't. None of that comes naturally. And to maintain those standards for so long, is massive, But they're an exceptional, individuals as well. I mean, in all that time, they're going around the county presenting medals in clubs all over the place. We had the Three Walls came down presenting medals, the McGraths came down presenting medals, so they're constantly promoting the game as well as looking after their own game, I suppose for Stradbally came through, we came through with the first bunch was Rebecca, Neve and all that bunch. The second group have come through, but they're still very young. You need to be bringing them through continuously, and Ballymac have always, been bringing through. Now I know maybe 6-7 years ago they went through a patch at underage, maybe where they took the eye off the ball a bit and went back. But the standards and the culture within the club, when you bring through 1 or 2 players into that culture, and that's the secret of it, So, fantastic ambassadors for the game, fantastic role models for the game, And we'll catch you now in the last quarter.
Prevent that 39 in a row. I'm sure it's one thing. Ballymacarbry, particularly when you have Mike Gyrey and Michael Ryan involved, they won't want that to happen. They're looking good, 3-9 to 2 points. At Stradbally, as we said, they'll die with their boots on. That's well overturned there, well intercepted by Teo B, and she's played her heart out in the Stradbally defence. And again,
hugely impressed by Teo B in here today.
Yeah,
she's
great
been
energy to the
absolutely
table, Marion,
fantastic. She's played a great game, as have many of the Stradbally girls, as Kieran alluded to already. The inter-county girls in particular have really brought the fight today. So.
Yeah, Aoife Brazil there, just that final kick pass there being mopped up by Michelle McGrath. And Ballymac are there here. Michael Ryan calling for options, was Laura Mulcahy there as well. Just always seem to have that runner, as we were mentioning earlier on, and that support play which they brought to the table. Just as I speak, this one is intercepted, and Aisling Malani can break at pace here, and Stradbally perhaps can get a goal. Offloaded as far as Neve Power, gets a fist on it, off the post. Chance of a goal, I suppose, when your luck isn't in. Moment ago they had the point disallowed or whatever. That time a great move. Aisling Malani overturned it. Neve Power did the right thing by flicking it and just off the woodwork.
Yeah, the hand pass just that little bit ahead, but look, that's the little bit.
May well work out though. Chloe Fennell has a
might
chance
pop
on the
it
21 off her right leg. Looks good. Umpires up to each other to say put up the white flag. They deserve something out of that, in fairness to Stradbally, for their efforts. Good save by Lauren Fitzpatrick. And Chloe Fennell there profiting. Marion, that was a good score. Chloe well capable of that.
Great score, a great catch over her head by Chloe Fennell. Chloe is a fantastic player. She's great speed. She has it all really. She can kick scores, as she just showcased there. So look, a great score. Very unfortunate not to get that goal. A great move by Neve Power, but
they probably deserved it for their efforts, to be fair to them. Here's Aileen Wall, in fairness to Teo B, and Aileen, they're having a right battle there. Bounce of the ball misjudged there by Hayley Phelan and her marker Karen McGrath, but it still works out for Karen, and she's just prods it on to Lauren Gyrey on the far over side.
Kellyanne is on the move again.
Dad Thomas here, or else he's tuned in. Offloads to Kellyanne Hogan. Dangerous one. Well gathered inside by Megan Foran. That's good goalkeeping by Megan. She certainly played her part as well back there in defence. I know she's been beaten 3 times. I couldn't really do anything about 3 of those goals. And of course saved that first half penalty from Michelle Ryan. Around about 10 minutes to go here in the County Senior Final of 2020. Lauren Gyrey still has a bit of space, and she has Michelle Ryan inside. If she spots her, will she go solo? Lauren takes her effort into the bottom corner. Brilliant finish by Lauren Gyrey. It's her opening score of the game. That's a brilliant finish by Lauren. She set up her own business there in recent months, I believe, a beauty studio out there in Ballymac. Marion, that was a beautiful finish.
Yeah, she's taking care of all the ladies in Ballymac, their nails and their eyebrows and the whole lot. But I know she's a great player, a niece of Mike Gyrey there on the line, and again, it's in her blood, Lauren, but she's a great finisher. That's what her biggest strength is.
I don't think when the camera's on us we don't need the makeup, so I think I'll stay away from a few weeks for a few weeks anyway. But that was a great finish, 4th goal, and it's always thinking about going for the juggler as well, Kieran. That's what you'd have to admire about Ballymac, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's the execution, Gavin.
Yeah.
I mean, you had, say, Stradbally got a break. At one end, you can say it was hard luck, but it wasn't executed correctly, and Ballymac get the opportunity at the other end. It's in the back of the net. So that's the precision you're talking about.
Yeah, that was, I'm sure Tom enjoyed that one. He'll be back later on, of course, with the Niard. They face Kilrossenty in the County Senior Final later on this evening. But the girls have done their job so far in Ballymacarbry. You'd feel they're on their way to yet another title. Paddy Smith just steps out of the way, and Ballymacarbry are on the attack yet again. Here's Mairead Wall. Seems to have a great engine on her, up and down that field all day long, and has plenty of open road ahead of her, and she's still going forward. Runner off the shoulder there, and Sinead, Ken, was that into the back? Referee says it was. But again, Mairead Wall just breaking at pace, and Stradbally were just retreating, Marion. They weren't really going to her, but they're so comfortable as well at carrying that ball forward.
Yeah, look, Ballymac, they've just settled into it now, I suppose, Gavin, and they have that lead to allow them to do these things, to take these chances, to make these runs forward, you know. So a fantastic run by Mairead Wall there, off to Sinead Ryan, or Sinead Kenrick. She'll always be Ryan to me, but a fantastic score there, finished by Sinead. So
I think she'll always be probably Sinead Ryan down Ballymacarbry, won't she?
Exactly.
And I think they're emptying their bench here as well, Marion. I see 2 young players coming in there.
They're bringing on Warren Boyce, I think there is going in, and Orla Barron.
Number 2, Teresa Ryan, and number 18, Aoife Barron, number 13, Sinead Ryan.
So that's Aoife Barron, sister to Jamie Barron and Tom Barron, I suppose, inter-county hurling stars, coming in to join the fray, and Warren Boyce there on for Trassa in the backs as well. So great to be giving these girls a run out, I suppose, in the last 10 minutes.
And Trassa McGrath just gets a high five there from Mike Gyrey, and as you say, Kieran, she was really impressive in defence today, wasn't she?
Yeah, I was very impressed. Like I said, I wouldn't know, all the Ballymac girls, but like certainly she stood out for me anyway. I know there's a lot of standout performances there, but a player you wouldn't have seen before,
Absolutely. We'll follow the play. As we said, Stradbally are going to, I suppose, learn a lot from this experience. I know they've worked really hard. They've had both teams 40 girls training this year, of course, with their junior Bs reaching the final as well, and that's a brilliant effort there. That's a super score there by Maggie Boylan off her left leg. Just shrugged off the challenge there and evaded the tackle, and that's a super score from play by Maggie Boylan, sister, of course, of Ellen. Also plays the camogie with Portlaw. She'd be delighted with that one.
Yeah, and if she played under 18 with Munster Rugby.
That's right, and this short kick out here came about this chance for Malani to get a goal. Brilliant save by Lord Fitzpatrick. It just won't go in for Stradbally this afternoon. Brilliantly turned over again by Aisling Malani, broke at pace, and in fairness to Lauren Fitzpatrick, made herself really big there in the goal, got a good hand to it, put it out for a 45. And you just Stradbally deserve a goal for their red, don't they? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
for their efforts.
Aisling did everything right. She picked
put it in the corner.
Picked her corner, but an exceptional save. Nearly something I do myself.
I'm just going to say, remind you of your own goalkeeping days that you're always saying, I suppose, if they're.
Would you still be able to do it though, Kieran? That's the question. Could you still dive like that?
Give me another 5 or 10 years and I'll answer.
Stradbally on the attack again. Here's Boylan again off her left leg, but well gathered inside by Ballymacarbry, and they just break out of this ball. Warren Boyce into the equation. Her brother Sean, of course, was a member of the Waterford minor panel last year. This is a good offload here now by Ballymacarbry, and again it's Kellyanne Hogan going through the centre. Is the centre half back Karen McGrath. Karen is just retaining that ball, seizing up the options. Has support here. Is there an end product? Kellyanne Hogan would like to think so. Cuts inside off her so-called weaker left leg. I don't think she has a weak foot with a finish like that. And again, the movement, Marion, and finding the player in the best position, and then I suppose popping that score.
Yeah, absolutely. And just they're moving in droves, you know what I mean? Like Aileen Wall started that move down a corner back. And Kellyanne took it on there from the half back line the whole way up the field, and plenty of support play there, and just an excellent finish, like you said, off her weak leg. But what a performance by Kellyanne today, up and down the field. She has really emptied the tank. If there was a GPS tracker on her, I'd say she has done 20k at this stage. Absolutely phenomenal stuff as Lauren Gyrey comes off. No doubt Dad Tom and Uncle Mike will be happy with her performance this afternoon. Michelle Ryan. And Michelle turns away knowing that one was just to the wrong side of the post. We don't see it too often.
Michael will have a few words to be said from later on.
I'm sure they'll argue that one with their substantial meal and maybe their few points later on this evening. But I'm sure they'll be back in later on, of course, Marion, to support the Nair men, of course, taking on Kilrossenty. That'll be interesting duel this evening. Interesting duel is right, yeah. A big game ahead for the Nair men, so hopefully they can emulate the ladies and be successful this afternoon here, or this evening here. That's what we'll be hoping for anyway, Gavin. And that ball just given away on a rare occasion by Maeve Ryan, who's played very well, but that's overturned by Ellen Boylan off to Teo Began. Really steadying influence on the Stradbally team, and a lot of these players really, really young and have great futures ahead of them, and had that big win over Cumber, and great to see, I suppose, Stradbally reaching a county senior final. And I suppose, Kieran, with Stradbally coming through to the final as well, I was saying to a few people during the week about the game. I suppose that's good for the game in the county as well, isn't it? See a new team maybe making that breakthrough. Yeah, well, your county team have made progress over the last 4 or 5 years, say, under Pat O'Sullivan first and Kieran Corn now making good progress. But they will need an injection, and that has to come from your club performances, so
Ballymac are there, Cummer are there, and Stradbally have to get up there, and you need, beside them foreign players as well. So your senior teams have to drive your senior inter-county. Waterford, they're probably at a level, but they do need an injection to go to another level. I suppose staying in the first division of the National League is a big thing. They're in a really hard group in the championship. They have Donegal and Dublin, but they will need your 18, 19-year-olds to be coming through now again.
That was a super kick there. Second point for Maggie Boylan off her left leg, who's nailed 2 really impressive scores. Stradbally up to 5 points now, 4-11.
Substitution there in the Ballymacarbry team, Gavin. Linda Wall has come on there, and aptly enough, Linda is wearing number 22 on her back, and I believe that this will be her 22nd county title today. So Linda took a year out last year.
On the mantelpiece, the baby, all these medals.
She took a year out last year to have her first little baby girl, but she's rejoined the panel this year. So I mean, what an achievement! It's unbelievable, really.
She's probably up and training already, I suppose.
Here's Aoife Byrne, sister, of course, of all-star hurler Jamie. He'll be lining out for the Nair later on. As they go in pursuit of more scores, there's a chance for Aileen Wall to maybe round off the scoring. Again, very unselfishly back here. They take the kick and they pop the point. And it is, I believe, the aforementioned Linda Wall, Marion.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Linda has been doing this so often over the years, and I'm sure she'll be delighted there to chip in with a score, a pass from her sister Aileen, and a nice finish there.
I'm sure she'll be telling us to write that one down anyway. She'll be taking the credit for that, and deservedly so. What a great ambassador to the club over the years. I know I'm doing a lot for the underage coaching as well, and that conveyor belt in Ballymac seems to be still coming through as we speak, as Aileen Wall, player off her shoulder, chance of a 5th goal. Referee had the hand up. I thought the tackle might have been okay, but it's a penalty for Ballymacarbry. Chance to nail their 5th goal of the afternoon, and I suppose again, it came from a great flowing move, Kieran, there by Ballymac.
Yeah, I think Stradbally are starting to get a bit leggy now. You can see the energy level is after dropping a bit there, so we'll see now how good Megan is. Can she stop 2 in the one day?
So it is going to be the aforementioned Michelle. I'm sure her dad Michael underneath us, Marion, will be.
Yeah, we'll be hoping for maybe a better result this time.
Mike Gyrey takes off that hat and.
Yeah. Look, in fairness to Michelle, she didn't do much wrong the last time. It was just a great save by the keeper. She picked the right side and she went down. So Michelle will be hoping for a better outcome at this time.
Megan Foran, will she go right or left? That one goes wide.
I think she psyched her out. I mean, Megan Foran has have to be outstanding for Stradbally really in the first half, especially when they were under the caution with 2 or 3 great saves from play, and then the penalty save.
Yeah. So it remains 4-12 to 5 points. 2 missed penalties by Ballymacarbry. Aisling Milani, standing her is Karen McGrath. Won the ball. Karen McGrath won it. John Phelan having a bit of an argument here with Robert Grace. I think it was fairly clear that it was a line ball. Robert has a bit of a smile with John.
Yeah, Karen got the hand in there. So
the former Nair trainer, of course, Art Finnanman. Here is Michelle Ryan off her right leg. A bit of space inside for Linda Wall. Oceans of room back in that Stradbally defence now. Sprays it diagonally across the field to Aileen. Pop past Eilish Cooney. She'd love to end the scoring with a score. And the umpires, I thought for a second they were looking at each other, but eventually Anthony Morrissey raises the white flag. That's 1-2 now for Eilish Cooney, and she'll be happy with her performance. Marion, of course, got married in December, of course, of last year, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. Just in time before this pandemic, she got in there in time. So she was lucky enough. We had a great day that day, and look, Eilish again, another stalwart, and she's been knocking around a long time, and she'll be delighted with 1-2 today, like you said. Another performance I think, Gavin, we should mention is number 9 there, Laura Mulcahy, in the middle of the field.
Yes.
Maybe one of the lesser known players in that she hasn't she's played with the county but only for a couple of years, but I mean, Laura is just one of the best performers, and she's so consistent for her club, and delighted that she's the joint captain this year, and another great performance today, and just a terrier and never gives up.
Yeah, Maggie Boylan there had a chance for a 3rd point. She's played well in that second half, really, Kieran, not afraid to shoot on side kind of, and obviously kicked 2 good points in play as well.
Yeah, no, Maggie's a good player. I mean, when we won the intermediate championship, Maggie was 14 and kicked a point to bring us level, and the winning point from a free, so plenty of nerve there, and from, of course, the sporting family, and contestants in the Ireland's fittest family at one time.
Yeah, of course, there's plenty of energy in that family, no doubt. Yeah, the Boylans As Ballymacarbry go forward, they're about to win 39 in a row. Michael Ryan and John Phelan underneath. I see Sean Byrne, photographer, ready to take the photos. We're well used to looking at Ballymacarbry now after county senior final for the last while, and as the lads were saying though, it's what they bring to the table, and it's up to every other team to try and get up to that level. To be fair to Stradbally, you have to give them credit. They fought valiantly this afternoon and they go forward. They'd love to end with a score. Could it be a goal? Effort there from a tight angle. Umpire raises the white flag there. Great score. I think it's Niamh Power, Kieran, with that one.
Yeah,
good score. She deserves that, in fairness, for her efforts.
Yeah, she's after working hard up there, and I suppose, look, if you're looking, at the Stradbally performance, the county girls, like I said, Theo Bean, I've really been impressed with Theo as well, and she's improved an awful lot during the year. Mary Kay Conn midfield after putting in a big effort too, so look, I mean, they've battled it out. Their leader stood up, you know what I mean, when they needed them. Right, the score isn't right for them, but I suppose coming in, you wanted to see a performance as in, standing up to the fight, you know what I mean? And they're fighting it out to the end at least,
Absolutely. We'll follow the play, and it's with Ballymacarbry again going forward. Here's Aoife Byrne. Has that great sidestep like her brother Jamie. And here's Michelle Ryan. Going to pick up another medal this afternoon. 21 medals to date. You can make that 22. Can she end with a score? Into the arms of Megan Foran. To be fair, she's played really well. Sakul Bora for Stradbally this afternoon. They'll learn from this experience. Aoife Brazel trying to get on this ball, but reading the play really well and attacking at that pace. Still, even in the 63rd minute, is Mairead Wall. Down along the line, as far as Emer Quirk, another one of the new kids on the block in Ballymacarbry, but overplays the ball there. And you can still see Michael Ryan underneath us. He say, why didn't she pass that ball? He's so driven by it, Marion. He eats, sleeps and breathes.
Unbelievable. Listen, I was speaking to Michael at the start of the year when he first took over the job, and the plans and the ambitions that he had for the team. You'd think you were speaking to a man who was taking on his first managerial post, to be honest with you. That's the passion he has for it. It just oozes out of him. And when Michael speaks in a dressing room, you can hear a pin drop because, he just loves the game. And I suppose his daughters and his son Shane, and who'll be playing with the Nair later, and his wife Catherine, they're all so involved in it and they live and breathe it, and it's just fantastic. He owes the club nothing, he owes the county nothing, but he just wants to be involved. He loves it.
Absolutely, yeah. It's in the DNA, as they say. And Ballymac are trying to finish with some more scores. Paddy Smith says, I think he's going to throw in this ball. I'm sure there's not going to be too much added time. In fairness to Paddy, he's handled it really well as well. But it's been a good, clean game, in fairness to both teams. They've went at it hell for leather, but it's been a real sporting final as well between two proud clubs. Great to see Stradbally here on ladies football. Big day, biggest day. Of course, they were in the Junior B earlier, beaten by a very good St. Anne's side, 4-9 to 2-8. Going to be beaten here, but as I say, can be proud of their efforts. Linda Wall going for her second point off her left leg, kind of snatches that one, but it's going to hang in the air. It's going to stay in play. Recycle back outside. Ballymacarbry trying to finish with a score here. And that's popped over the bar on the far over side. I think it might have been Emer Quirk there, Marion.
Yeah, absolutely. A great score by Emer. Very young girl. I think Emer's only 15. She's still under 16 anyhow, so great score for her.
Ball drops, whistle blows. Paddy Smith brings this final to an end. It's 39 county senior ladies titles in a row for Ballymacarbry. The bandwagon keeps on rolling on, and in impressive fashion again this afternoon against Stradbally, 4-14 to 6 points, and goals were crucial factors. Stradbally battled bravely. Kieran, as you say, they learned from this experience, but Ballymac again, unstoppable.
Oh yeah, exceptional, and just talking to Marion off air beforehand, I didn't realise there was a club championship. So
there is a court for ladies, which is So that's positive, I suppose, isn't it?
It is. Well, I mean, look, like Ballymac's focus is on a club championship, and you'd know that the way. Certainly with Michael Ryan involved, that's his drive. So Mourne Abbey are the team to beat. Now they were beaten in Cork by the group team, but they'll represent Cork. But I think this Ballymac team and display again today, like Ballymac are top 2 or 3 teams in the country, and it's on the day then. So you could well be looking at this year's All Ireland champions out there today.
Yeah,
fingers crossed, Kieran. Yeah,
Marion, finally work. You're smiling there.
Yeah, no, absolutely delighted. Look, huge performance, and like I said, it's 39 in a row. But and people might not believe it, but it genuinely means so much to everybody in this club. And look, our focus is now on something bigger. We never take the county for granted. We always respect our opponents, whether it's Cummer Rangers or Stradbally or Abbeyside, whoever we're playing. We respect them and give them the respect that they deserve. And it's good to have good competition in the county because it just drives on Waterford. Waterford, which is what we all want. But I suppose, Ballymac, now our focus does turn to Munster. I think the campaign starts on the 3rd of October versus the Kerry champions, and then the winners of that would end up meeting the winners on the other side, which will probably be the Cork outfit of Mourne. So look, it's like Ballymac haven't won a Munster A title since 2000, so that's a long time. We've lost 12 A finals since that, which is absolutely remarkable. But last year we lost by 4 points against the Mourne team, who went on to win the All-Ireland. So I suppose if we were in any other province, we probably would have a few provincial titles, but it's just that Cork teams are so strong, But look, we lost by 4 points last year in an epic encounter. It was one of the best games I've probably ever been at as regards ladies football. One of the best games I've seen live. So we just hope we can push on this year. And like you said, Kieran, and Gavin alluded to, Michael Ryan is not involved to finish at this point. We want to win a Munster title, and I really hope, for the sake of the girls, that we can push on and do it this year. But look, well done to Stradbally. I think those 2 goals at the end of the first half, maybe killed off their chances, but
Absolutely. Well, lads, you were both well able to play football, and you both acquitted yourselves well in the commentary. We're not really in it, we're in an outside environment, of course, but thanks very much for your company today, lads. Much appreciated. And a busy day for ladies football, and best of luck to the rest of the teams in the finals. Of course, I'll be on duty for the St. Pat's one and later on, so I'll be hoping our girls can pull that off against Tremor, and if Kilrossenty Brickies against Erin's Own, of course, at 2 o'clock in Kilmac. So thanks very much, folks, and we'll see you around again, I'm
Thanks,
sure,
Gavin.
No doubt. So
you didn't do too bad.
I didn't do too. No, certainly. Keep me on my toes for another while anyway. So I think you're wanted inside there, so you might make your way into Rua there. We're going to clear this area for the presentation now. So Ballymacarbry, 39 in a row has been completed here in Fraher Field. I didn't even get a chance to write down the full-time score. I'll bring you that in a second. It's gone down the scoreboard, but a comfortable win for Ballymac. I think it was 4-14-6. We'll get that in a minute, but we're going to take in the presentation very, very shortly indeed, and a very polished display by Ballymacarbry. Thanks once again to Moss Rua O'Kyla and Willie O'Mahony, who've had a bumper day of action here, and of course 2 more games to go later on in Dungarvan Club Grounds. So do indeed stay tuned for the next couple of minutes. We'll have the presentation very shortly, the familiar presentation, I suppose, in ladies football terms, where Ballymacarbry are going to hoist the trophy for the 39th year in a row. Full-time score once again, Ballymacarbry 4-14, Stradbally 6 points. Brave effort by Stradbally, but again Ballymacarbry just too hot to handle. Kieran Heffern makes his way down. Thanks to Kieran and Marion, great to get there inside, of course, of the yeah, I clear. Am I still on? Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you can. Thanks, Marion. Thanks. Excellent. You're excellent. Yeah, brilliant. Thanks. Like that. Will I stay? Yeah. So I'm just waiting for the Ballymacarbry captain to come up to accept the cup for the 39th season in a row. Do remember, of course, the links are up on the Waterford LGFA Twitter page for our other games, which are being streamed live this afternoon, thanks to Rua and Willie in Dungarvan Club Grounds at 3:30, of course, for St. Pat's against Tremor, and of course the game in Kilmac has also been streamed live. That's the intermediate decider between Erin's Own and Kilrossenty Brickies at 2 o'clock, and of course in Dungarvan Club Grounds then coverage will start at around about 3:20 for St. Pat's against Tremor in the Junior A decider. As Rua just clears the microphones, we'd like to thank everyone associated with today's streaming service. I suppose we've become accustomed to them over the last couple of weeks, but brilliant to be able to do it. And Ballymacarbry 39 in a row. Michelle Ryan picking up her 22nd county medal. Louise Ryan and Ailish Cooney, they joined the panel in 2001. They now hold 20 county medals. Sinead Ryan also claiming 20 medals today. Michelle Hopper McGrath has 21 county medals, won now since joining the panel in 2001. So that in itself is a remarkable statistic, and thanks to both secretaries as well, Amy Kiley on the Stradbally side and Joanne O'Grady on Ballymac, for feeding me plenty of information in the lead up to this afternoon's decider. Much appreciated, folks. So celebration time once again on the in the field for Ballymacarbry. Familiar territory, I suppose, at this stage, and you'd have to admire them for coming back year on year. That drive and determination they have certainly has to be admired, and they've delivered in spades once again today. So they're out in the centre of the field now. getting the pictures, the all-important pictures being taken, and great joyous moment for Ballymacarbry. So Stradbally very sportingly making their way over as well. They battled bravely and gallantly this afternoon as well. All credit to them for that. And they will be back. They've had a great campaign. Of course, big win over Cumra in the semi-final, and a lot of young girls in that Stradbally team as well. Of course, won a minor last weekend. I know they won the under-12 last weekend. Ballymacarbry victorious in an under-12 county final as well last weekend. So the fruits are still there, I suppose, of both teams to keep on coming, and they're going to be around for a few years. See Paul Mullaney down there. Of course, Dad of Ashling. Niall Cusack, of course, the trainer. Paddy Casey, the banished door, as it were, just with Ellen Boylan there as they trot across. And they gave it everything. They left everything out in the field. And I suppose when you're taking on a mammoth challenge like Ballymacarbry, it's hard to get up for that. But they'd be a team who are certainly coming, and you'd hope they will be able to close that gap maybe in the next couple of years on Ballymacarbry, who will next year be going for a remarkable 40 titles in a row in Waterford. And of course, as Marion Ryan pointed out there, will be an intermediate club, or sorry, senior club in next month. Moore and Abbey seem to be the team to stop on that front, and we're just awaiting the Ballymacarbry captain to make our way up to the presentation area. I think the joint captains, just going to have a look at the programme here, are Laura Mulcahy and Aileen Wall. Going to accept the trophy from John Fruin, the Cathaoirleach of the Ladies Football Board here in Waterford. Here they come. So familiar territory for Ballymacarbry, I suppose, at this stage, and they're claiming the County Cup once again. So we'll have the Cúpla Focal now from John Fruin, the chairman.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to
Waterford
LGFA for the presentation of the senior trophy for the Waterford Ladies Senior Final. Play between Ballymacarbry and Stradbally. It was a great game of football from the word go. Stradbally tried as hard as they could, and Ballymac just got through in the finish. I'd like to thank both sets of mentors for their great work they put into the teams, and also Fraherfield for the Ollie and the Fraherfield for the excellent way the pitch is laid out here today. This is Ballymac's 39th county title. It has to be a record that never will be matched by any team in the country. So now I'll hand over the trophy to the joint captains, Laura Mulcahy and Aileen Wall.
Okay, so first of all, we'd like to thank Stradbally for, a really difficult game, and we definitely knew what was up against. It was up against it. We were up against it today, and they definitely brought everything today. And I think the scoreline definitely didn't reflect the game, as it was really tough out there. Next, we'd like to thank Fraherfield for how excellent the facilities are today, and the pitch is just impeccable, and the weather and everything brought it to be such a great game of football.
I suppose we'll go on to our management next. Katrina Casey, Michael Ryan, Mike Gyrey, John Phelan. Just the passion between all of you and going down to training. John going down maybe some days twice in one day. It's just unreal. So just thanks to all the management and to Declan Spellman, our physio. It's really appreciated. Our own girls coming down 3 times a week, doing our own running and our programme over lockdown. Look, it's paid off, and I'm so happy to take the cup on behalf of us.
Next, we'd like to thank the supporters, both Stradbally and Ballymacarbry, because it really made the game extra special today. And at the start of this year, I suppose we didn't even think that we get to play any football, let alone get to play a county final with thankfully 200 people shouting us on. So it really made the day a lot more special than we thought it would be. So thank you to the supporters too. I suppose 3 cheers for Stradbally. Hip hip.
Hooray.
Hip hip. Hip hip.
So the trophy is hoisted there by the victorious joint captains Laura Mulcahy and Aileen Wall, and nice touch there to give them both, I suppose, a couple of chances to speak there, thanking everyone involved, supporters, management, everyone that made today possible, and also congratulating Stradbally on a great campaign and reaching the final. They'll be back again, but it's 39 in a row for Ballymacarbry, an unprecedented record. The bandwagon, as we says, keeps on rolling in, so big thanks to Tomás Rua and Willie O'Mahony. 2 games down here in Fairfield, another 2 to go in the ladies front, of course, where we'll be watching the intermediate game. Coverage starting very shortly indeed at about 10 to 2 for Kilrossenty Brickies against Erin's Own, and then back to Dungarvan Club Grounds at 3:30 for the Junior A decider between St Pat's and Tramore, being live streamed as well on a bumper day of Waterford ladies football final. So the full-time score in the senior decider here in Fairfield, the 2020 final, goes back to Ballymacarbry for the 39th year in a row. Full-time score, Ballymacarbry 4 goals and 14 points, Stradbally 6 points. Will I leave this in? Where are we going to do it? Oh, sorry, Maya. Perfect. I'll keep. Okay. So, celebration time in Ballymacarbry, getting the all-important photos. See Tomás McCarthy, of course, of WLR making his way down there as well. Great to give coverage, I suppose, to the LGFA and indeed the ladies' sport, I suppose, and it's testament as well to what goes into it. Of course, we had the Camogie finals last weekend, a great junior Shield final replay, of course, last weekend as well, between yesterday in fact, and looking forward to the action later on this evening. Busy day on the senior football front as well, with quarter-finals, of course, already underway, and on the Board and Oak front as well, a victory as well for Cushbreed, I can tell you, in the under-15 Division 3 final earlier on. This morning they beat Tramore in Welch Park 4 goals and 10 points to 3 goals and 9 was the full-time score in that one. And a win for Clashmore in the Division 4 final. Not many people saw that coming, but congrats to Clashmore Kinsale-Beg under 15 Division 4 champions with a win over on Gaeltacht 4-8 to 2-7. A remarkable win there for them on that score. So I think we are going to grab the winning manager now. I go down and so we're going to grab the winning manager now, Michael Ryan of Ballymacarbry. They've completed 39 in a row. So Michael, first of all, congratulations. Familiar territory, I suppose, picking up the County Cup, but be fair to Stradbally as well, you know, new team in the final today and they gave it their all.
Yeah, look, we're delighted to win the game. We're delighted to, sorry. I think I never had one before. We're delighted to win the game, but look, you know, I mean, I suppose the score didn't reflect the game because they had a number of chances, they didn't take them. From your point of view, we played well in patches. There's a lot of things we did right, but certainly there's plenty of room for improvement. We played the Kerry champions in 3 weeks' time. I don't think that performance in the second half today would do against them, but look, let's be fair about it. It was a county final, and you know, the girls have worked really hard in training, and some new players coming through again, so we're happy to win it. But you know, we move on now, and we know we've work to do. Yeah, absolutely. And you had that strong win in the first half, and I think it was after the first water break you hit 2-1 there just before half time in the final 4 minutes, and that psychologically, I suppose, gave you that bit of a cushion going in at half time. Yeah, I think the sin bin woke us up a little bit because, you know, we seemed to be a little bit lethargic around the pitch. When the West got sin binned, I think that, you know, with 14 against 15, we seemed to up our game at that particular stage. But look, you know, I mean, it was a warm day out there. We gave away the ball a lot in the tackle, and you know, we lost possession a good few times, and the final pass wasn't as good as it should have been. But look, that's something we can work on now. We have 3 weeks before the Munster Club, so we'll knuckle down to back to training Wednesday night and get going again. Yeah, absolutely. In the second half as well, you had the luxury, I suppose, of bringing on a few young players as well, and there's plenty of talent coming through in this group as well, backbone by the experienced players as well, of course. And you alluded to competition for places during the week as well, and the panel strength as well. That's going to be important going forward. Yeah, it is, and feel sorry for Abby Dalton. She missed out today. She's injured, and Sean O'Ryan as well. 2 players missing from us, but look, you know, I mean, there's places up for grabs. Every day we judge people on how they perform in training and how they perform in matches. So anybody shouldn't be complacent about getting on the first 15, but we have a good panel of players. But above all, there's a great pride in playing for the club, and a lot of those players have been, today was their 21st or 2nd county medal, and they seem to have the same interest and dedication as they have. So full marks to them on that point of view. They're really fantastic club persons, and they put their lives on hold, a lot of them. But we have had big success as well. But look, the Munster club is coming around now, and we haven't won that in a long time. I think it's 20 years or so. So we'll start to talk about the semi-final. We'll work for that, and then we'll see what happens. But we won't be taking the Kerry champions for granted.
Absolutely, and you mentioned the drive and determination of the players, and you could see what it meant to yourselves, the management team there. See yourself and Mike Gyrey and John Phelan and Katrina Casey, who've been phenomenal ambassadors, I suppose, to the club, and it means a lot each season to win the Waterford County Championship.
Yeah, well, John Phelan came on board this year, and he's given us a new dimension. He's a renowned trainer and coach, and he does a lot of one-to-ones with the players, and he's come in on the mornings. We have girls doing shift work. John takes them for the early morning session in the midfield, and Mike Gary is he's a top coach. And Katrina Casey, even though she's living down in Flashmore, she's up 3 times a week from training, and she's a girl that's won 22 or 3 All-Ireland medals, and she's still going strong. So look, that's the management's that's our job as a management team, to try and prepare the team. But we know, as I say, I keep going back to it, and I will say it, we know we've work to do. But we're glad to have the chance to do it.
Absolutely, yeah. Going on to represent the county on that final note. You've 3 weeks now to prepare for the Kerry champions. You'll enjoy this one, knuckle down, and have another cut off Munster, because you've been thereabouts the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, well look, Mourneabbey were beaten in Cork, but we're not thinking about Mourneabbey. They're still in the Munster club. We're only thinking about the Kerry champions, Rathmore. I saw the streaming of the Kerry County final. Rathmore were surprised in last year's final, but this year they're a different kettle of fish. They have a lot of good scoring forwards, so that will be a very formidable test for us in 3 weeks' time. Yeah, and a final note then as well, Michael. Great to be here in Fairfield today, and credit to the ladies' board. 4 finals today. A lot of work went in behind the scenes to get this championship played, and we thought a couple of months ago we wouldn't see any action, but it's great to be back at it, and busy day for the board as well with the 4 finals. But 2 good teams here today, and field in great order as well. Yeah, I think it's great to play the final in the Fairfield. Is probably the premier stadium in the country and in the county, and it's the atmosphere also with the people in the stand, and hopefully in the weeks ahead there'll be more people allowed to go to games, because the crowd play a huge part. But we're delighted to be here, we're delighted to win, and now we move on. Great stuff, Michael Ryan, as always. Thanks very much. So, winning manager there, Michael Ryan. Ballymacarbry made it 39 in a row here this afternoon. 4-14 to 6 points, the final score. And 42 in total. We won 3 before the 39. Right, thanks.